Good morning, welcome to this direct telecast of the Third International from Melbourne. The news here is that Sobers has won the toss, the World 11 batting. It's Dennis Lillee, the destroyer from the match in Perth, to open the bowling to the left-handed Ackerman. For Australia, Sheehan is the 12th man. For the World 11, Cunis. Here's the first ball. O'Keefe at backward square leg. So the Australian team is Stackpole and Watson. This is in probable batting order. Chappell, that's Ian Chappell, Benno, Walters, Greg Chappell, Marsh, O'Keefe, Jenner, Lillee and Massey. The World 11, Gavaskar and Ackerman are the openers out there. Then Abbas, Graham Pollock, Sobers coming in at number 5, Greg, Engineer, Intercarb, Peter Pollock, Gifford and Beatty. Cunis 12th man for the World 11, Sheehan for Australia. Conditions here in Melbourne, quite cool, temperature about 60 degrees. Rain has been forecast, but at the moment the clouds overhead are all white looking, there's no rain about. The breeze is a fairly strong westerly coming across from the right to left as we see this picture. A good crowd here for the start of play. Lillee bowling to Ackerman. Off the edge, bowled him. It looked like he played at that, but Ackerman has been bowled there. Sensation. That's a follow-on from the Perth effort. Ackerman bowled Lillee in the first over of play without a run on the board. Ackerman out for a duck, Lillee 1 for none. The new batsman Abbas.
But here's Massey bowling his first ball in international cricket.
Bowling to Gavaskar. And runs, that's the first runs of the match. In fact, they've taken one, they'll come back for a second. It's O'Keefe after it. And the return back to keeper Marsh. 2 runs on the board, Gavaskar 2. Abbas yet to score. Ackerman out without scoring. The World 11, 1 for 2. John Benno at short leg. Caught. Yes, he's caught by Stackpole. Straight to Stackpole. Magnificent shot of that on television. Stackpole, that broad body of his, went straight to him about waist high, and Massey has taken his first wicket. Abbas caught Stackpole, bowled Lillee for 4, Gavaskar not out 7, the World 11, 2 for 11, and great interest now. The new batsman to come in is the champion South African Graham Pollock, who's just arrived in Australia, and Massey has 1 for 11. Caught, yep, beautiful catch. Greg Chappell, 2 goes, he's caught it. Lillee's 4th wicket. Gavaskar caught Greg Chappell, bowled Lillee for 38. Greg not out 44. 11 extras, 5 for 105. So the story is Ackerman bowled Lillee, no score. Abbas caught Stackpole, bowled Massey 4. Graham Pollock caught Marsh, bowled Lillee 8. Sobers caught Stackpole, bowled Lillee, no score. And Gavaskar caught Greg Chappell, bowled Lillee 38. There are the 5 batsmen out, and Lillee the wonderful figures of 4 for 26, and for Engineer, you see them now, Lillee 4 for 26, and let's watch the field for Engineer. I'm looking where O'Keefe goes, the 3rd man. Engineer has the tendency and plays the shot to actually steer the ball or spoon the ball over the head of slips. Now away to the right-hand side, you'll see O'Keefe, there he is, about 3/4 of the way back to the boundary in a catching position. So Engineer to face this next ball from Lillee. Where's that gone out to the boundary? 4 runs. The Engineer moved inside that well and hit it hard. And there was no mistake about that one getting across the outfield. Into the fence for 4. Engineer 4. Greg 44. 11 extras. 5 for 109. And look where Engineer's going to pat down the pitch. I don't think it bounced that far down. This wouldn't worry him too much. He's had a lot of experience as an opening batsman. In fact, with Ackerman out of this side, Engineer was the opener in Perth. And that's the end of a great Lillee over. 4 runs off it. Lillee, 12 overs, 4 maidens, 4 for 30. Well, that one was, and it could be 4. It's a beautiful shot out towards the boundary. Benno might just get to it. It's going to be close. No, the ball wins. Greg 48, Engineer 4. 5 for 113, and that might rank as the best shot played all day.
Yes, Tony Greig has been trying to play that shot for a long time, and finally he made contact, and how he made contact. It was a beautifully executed shot.
Down through the slips, there are probably a couple here. We have Lilly out there, coming back for their second. And that's the 50 to Greg. .50 for Greg in 123 minutes with 5 fours. Greg 50, Engineer 4, 5 for 115.
He's out. He's caught behind. Engineer caught Marsh, bowled Lilly 5. Greg not out 51, and the World 11 lose their 6th wicket for 117.
Greg on strike on 66, Intercarb 15. And it looks like Massey bowling from the far end. Massey has the figures of 1 for 57. This is only the second over after the tea break. Greg Chappell bowled one from this end. Greg on strike. And is he caught? Yes, he's out. Caught Benno. So Greg, the top scorer, caught Benno, bowled Massey for 66. Intercarb not out 15. The new batsman is Peter Pollock. The World 11, 7 for 151. Massey has the figures of 2 for 57. Appeal for leg before. He was well down the pitch. Umpire O'Connell at this end. Pollock's a very big man. He was reaching well forward, and it's not easy to get a leg before decision in favour of the bowler under those circumstances. There's that one. He's out this time. I don't think there was any doubt that time. He played well back. It was a top spinning ball that may have come in a little bit from the offside, but Peter Pollock, leg before to Jenner for 3. Intercarb not out 21. The World 11, 8 for 160. The new batsman is Gifford, and the figures for Jenner, 1 for 15. And that's a good hit by Intercarb. It's way out towards the boundary, and it's into the fence for 4. That's a good shot. Short rising ball. He gave that the full face of the bat and hit it with all the power of a top-class batsman. Intercarb goes to 25. Gifford has not scored. And where's that gone? It's safe. It's way out past the square leg umpire. Bouncing out towards the boundary. It should be 4 more. It's slowing up. I think it'll just reach it. It's close. It's there. Ball back past the bowler. Great shot. 4 runs. Magnificent hit.
Was indeed. He hit the ball on the up. He didn't get to the pitch of the ball, but hit it with a flat bat, and it went straight past Jenner before Jenner had an opportunity of even blinking.
Oh, Intercarb to 34, and the total 173. Now, I think we'll give that one the award of the best shot of the day. That was a beautiful hit. That's in the air, but safe again. It's out towards the boundary. 4 more. That was a complete cross bat, but he had so much power It cleared Stackpole, who's at wide mid-on easily, and went down to the fence for 4. The outfield is not fast, but everyone he's hit has really travelled to the fence. Intercarb, 38. Gifford hasn't scored, 8 for 177. Intercarb, 4 scoring shots in a single in the space of the last 7 or 8 balls. 4 scoring shots they were, of course, all boundaries.
I think Intercarb on that occasion made as if to come down the wicket. I think what he wanted Jenner to do was to pull the ball short, and then he was going to go back and square cut him, but Jenner kept the ball up and found Intercarb out of position.
Appeal for leg before, he's out. He's been given out. Now Intercarb not happy about that, I should say, but he doesn't look too happy. But Intercarb leg before to Jenner for 38. Gifford hasn't scored. 9 for 177. Lilly to bowl to Beatty. And where's that past the bowler? Runs again. He's lost his bat. The bat's falling down the middle of the pitch. There's the bat in the middle of the pitch. He's run 2. And Beatty's looking for a third run. He's going for a third. There's a run-out chance on here for sure. It must be a run-out. Yes, he's out.
And he would have been in, I think, if he'd have had his bat.
So Beatty is run out for 7. They went on the third run. He made 2 of those runs. The World 11 all out for 184.
The opening batsman for Australia will be Stackpole and Watson. Watson is wearing the white hat. As such, it will be Stackpole to take strike for the first ball of the Australian innings, and the bowler will be the South African Peter Pollock. Peter Pollock, who arrived in Australia yesterday, he and his brother Graham going straight into the World 11 side to play in this international fixture at the Melbourne Cricket Ground. 184 the World 11 dismissed for in their first innings. And here we have Peter Pollock. Runs as he turns this down to fine leg. Beatty is fielding down there, and it's 1 run. So Stackpole opens the Australian account. And that's hit him in the top of the head. A short pitch delivery, and Watson coming inside looking for the hook shot has been struck in the head.
Here's Greg again, bowling to Stackpole.
Chance, and he's out. Yes, he's out. He's taken by Ackerman. Now Stackpole waited for that. It was a low-down chance, and that will end the day's play. So Stackpole caught Ackerman, bowled Greg for 32. Ian Chappell not out 21. 1 for 58.
Australia 3 for 78. Greg Chappell yet to score. Benno 8. Batsman out. Stackpole 32. Ian Chappell 21. And Watson, the last player, dismissed for 16. Greg has 2 for 14. A single. There was a hesitation there on Greg Chappell's part, and overthrows from that return from Abbas. Intercarb chasing the ball. The batsmen have taken 2, and an easy 3 results from what was originally a fairly sharp single. So Greg Chappell opens his account with 3 runs. Benno 8, and Australia 3 for 81.
Here's Sabres bowling to Benno. And that's down to fine leg. He might get a 4 here. It's going to be close. Greg's after it. He might just get to it. And Greg just making it. They'll take 2. And Greg's long legs are skimming around the boundary. He must have covered about 45 yards to cut that off. It was a good piece of fielding, and applause, some generous applause by the big crowd here. The crowd building up, and I would think now that this will be a much bigger crowd than it was yesterday. And the first drive from Benno. That's through the field. It might be 4. It's slowing down on the outfield. Now Beatty may get to it. They've taken 2, and coming back from the 3rd run. Benno unstriked, and to continue, Peter Pollock. And down towards Beatty. Beno's looking for two. They've taken one. Coming back for the second. Here's the return on the way. There's danger here. No, the return was wide. Now, that could have been a run-out chance. That was a very risky second run, but that's the 100 up for Australia. Beno 22. Greg Chappell 9. 3 for 101.
Australia resumed after lunch with the score at 4 for 122. Greg Chappell at that time being not out 18 and Walters not out 10. Walters was the first player to be dismissed. He was dismissed clean bowled by Greg for 16 with the score then at 133. Marsh, the player just dismissed, again clean bowled by Greg for 4, the score being 6 for 141. The new player coming to the wicket is O'Keefe. It's hard and high. Gavaskar getting under it. He might have cut his hands. He's caught it. That's a great catch. My word, that was a fine catch by Gavaskar. So O'Keefe departs. Caught Gavaskar. Bowled Intercarb for 1, and Australia lose their 7th wicket for 146. The Australians with their backs right up against the wall. He swung this away from outside the off stump, running racing away to the boundary for 4. He swept that from outside the line of the off stump to open his account. He's 4. Chappell 34, 7 for 153. That's 4 runs again. In fact, that could be 6. It is. It's right over the top. That's a tremendous hit. And an effortless hit too, as Greg Chappell jumped into that and drove it straight over the sight screen for 6. So he's now 87. Massey 8. 8 for 230. Runs here. They think about 2. Only a single. Sobers doing the fielding.
I wouldn't be a bit surprised if we see a bouncer from Pollock now, just to make life a little bit more difficult for Chappell.
There it is. 100 and a beautiful shot. 4 runs. Greg Chappell not out 103. Massey 21. Australia 8 for 259. Chappell's 100 came up in 217 minutes and included 4 fours and 1 6. Oh, good shot off his toes. Past mid-on. Gavaskar giving chase. The batsmen have taken 2. I think it'll beat him into the fence. It does, and a beautiful shot. 4 runs. Greg Chappell, 114. But the crowd certainly looked a lot larger than the 30,000 that it appears to be. This is almost an unwritten law that fast bowlers don't bowl short pitch deliveries to fast bowlers, but Peter Pollock defies that law. He dropped that one short to Massey. Dropped by Ackerman at first slip, and 4 runs. Short pitch delivery outside the off stump, and Massey flashed at that ball and it flew very quickly to Ackerman, to Ackerman's right-hand side. An amazing shot past mid-on by Massey. They've taken 1, turning for 2. It's getting close to the fence. Gavaskar chasing, or Abbas chasing it, but he can't beat it. The ball beats him into the fence, so from quite a thrilling shot by Massey, he picks up 4 runs. He moves to 32. Greg Chappell 114, 8 for 282. The end of Peter Pollock's 19th over. Sobers bowling to Chappell. One run. Abbas the fieldsman. A delay while umpire O'Connell takes up a position on the offside. Obviously considering that his view from there will be better, and it's one more run, I think, to then they're going to take 2 as Inderkar's return comes back a little slowly. He didn't throw it back, he actually rolled it back in a bowling action, but 2 more runs to Massey. He's now 34. Greg Chappell 115, 8 for 285. And that's a lead of 101 to Australia. 285 for 8. The World 11 all out in their first innings for 184. He's out, caught behind. Caught Engineer, bowled Sobers for 34.
So it's 9 for 285, and we're seeing Lillee batting.
There you are. Gary Sobers defying the law of understanding between fast bowlers. Dropping one short to Lillee. One can expect Gary Sobers to get one back in return when it comes his turn to bat.
The difference between it being that Gary may know how to handle it.
He's hit him hard and high. Beattie is getting under it, and he's caught. So the Australian innings ends at 285. Lillee, the last man out, caught Beattie, bowled Sobers, no score. Chappell, that's Greg Chappell, remained not out 115. Greg Chappell not out 115.
First run to the morning, that's Watson chasing down through the 3rd man area. They're coming back for the 2nd, and it should be 2 unless Gavaskar thinks about going for 3. No, he doesn't. Here's the return from Watson. 2 runs to open the morning score. Abbas 23, Gavaskar 12, 1 for 44. And they take a single, a misfield by O'Keefe, and they're 3 for 1. Lillee from the northern end bowls to Gavaskar, and there's a chance. Let's see, beautiful. No, dropped it. Benno, a freakish performance. He almost got to it, and wide of Walters. That's a good shot. It's going out towards the fence. It's slowing down on the outfield. Waters may just reach it. They've taken 2. They're going for their 3rd run. That's the 50 up for the World 11 in 78 minutes. They're going to run 4. Now, here's a chance for a run out, is it? No, they've run it well. Well run. One for 52. Abbas moving to 28. Gavaskar 13. 2 extras. The batsman out. Ackerman for 9. 78 minutes for those 50 runs. Very long boundary out in that area. We've seen 4 run a couple of times in this match. And where's that? It's going down towards the boundary again. 4 more. It didn't look a very powerful shot off the bat, but he got it right in the middle and sailed over the outfield into the fence for 4. 2 fours off 2 balls. Abbas 32, Gavaskar 13, 1 for 56. Down to the boundary that goes, wide of Watson, a long chase for Stackpole, and the ball's slowing down, but it's going to beat the field and just rolling slowly into the fence, and that's 4 to Gavaskar.
Jenner to Gavaskar. Massey at mid-off, and if it turned at all, it didn't turn very much. He's out, I think. Caught at first slip by Ian Chappell. So Gavaskar departs. Caught at first slip from the bowling of Chappell, but from the bowling of Jenner, caught by Chappell for 27, and the World 11 loses their second wicket for 87.
Liddy to Engineer. And the hook shot, it's out towards the boundary, 4 runs. Engineer 14, Sabres 75, 5 for 248. Liddy first over with the new ball, bowling to Engineer. Bowled him. Clean bowled him. Engineer bowled Liddy 14. Sabres not out 75. 6 for 248. The new batsman is Intercard. Lilly has struck again. 3 for 77.
A very dejected Farouk Engineer making his way to the pavilion.
Where's that going? Out towards the boundary again. 4 more. Sabres 86, Intercarb 4. And he's caught, is he? There's an appeal for caught behind, a loud appeal. Marsh thought it was a catch. The ball moved a lot. Sabres 88 to face Lilly. Oh, stroked, very well stroked out through the point area. They could take 2 if they want them. They're going back for the second, an easy 2. Sabres showing the batting is something more than just power. He placed that and just stroked it through the point area wide of any fieldsman to take a comfortable 2 to go on to 90. Intercarb 4, 6 for 269. Where's that going? Towards the boundary. It will beat every fieldsman. It's slowing down. Jenner's after it. It's going to be close. Jenner may just reach this. They could run 4, and the ball might just win. It does. And the crowd here, a huge crowd, cheered that ball on all the way and into the fence for 4 more. Sabres 94. The World 11, 6 for 273. Where's that gone? It's out towards the boundary. 4 more. O'Keefe couldn't get near it. A magnificent shot. Sabres 98. Well, O'Keefe had no more than 15 yards to run. He had no hope at all. That flew off the bat like lightning past the umpire who's standing at point. Sabres his 16th 4. He's 98. Intercarb 4. 6 for 277.
And perhaps you noticed just how far away from the pitch of the ball Sobers was on that occasion. He just simply hit through the line of it. His eye must be absolutely uncanny, and his timing is absolutely near perfection.
Too short of his century. And there it goes. Where's it gone? Down towards the boundary. No, it was a single only. Did he think for 2? No, he's on 99. Benno Fielding. Crowd not happy, so Sabres has to go away from the bowling. He's 99. It was a single. Looking for that hook shot through square leg. There was no outfield. There was a deep fine leg, but Sabres is 99.
Australia will be desperately trying to keep Sobers away from the strike.
He's on 99. And that's his 100. And a standing ovation.
Swept on the pad, and there's an appeal, and he's been given up. Intercar, LBW, bowled Watson, 15. And the World 11 lose their 7th wicket at 319. The not-out batsman is Sobers on 125. Intercarb, LBW, to the bowling of Watson for 15. The World 11 in their second innings, with their score at 7 for 344, have established a lead of 243 with 3 wickets in hand.
Sabers on strike, Massey the bowler. And that's the ball, that's the one we're talking about. Sabers has a go at those outside the off stump. He's played that shot, not so much the drive, but chasing a ball outside the off stump 2 or 3 times this morning.
I think the problem is, where's he going to be caught if he hits that ball, because he hits it so hard that I think the ball's bound to fly.
And there it is, down through the slip area, into the fence for 4. It wasn't a catch by any means. Even if there was a 3rd slip there, it wouldn't have been caught. But 4 to Sabers off the edge. 7 for 393, 7 for 393.
Massey is angling the ball away to Sobers and into the right-handed Pollock. It just makes me wonder, after that snick through second slip, why Chappell is not bringing a second slip in for Sobers. Perhaps he's just concentrating on dismissing the other batsman, Pollock.
O'Keefe bowling. And in the air, lofted, that could be 6. Beautiful shot. That's a 6. Well, that brings the 400 up. Beautiful off drive by Sabers. He just moved straight underneath it, and away it went, clearing the fence by 10 yards. The 400 up in 500 minutes. Australia now will want 300 to win from now on, 300 plus. Sabers 172. Again, it's in the air. It may be over the boundary again, over the other side. 6 more.
Well, Sobers once hit 6 sixes in an English over against the Glamorgan county off the bowling of Malcolm Nash. And I'm just wondering whether O'Keefe's going to get the same treatment.
Well, 2 in a row. Sabers 178, the total 406. Sabers realising he's now past the 300 mark, right, might really put on the pace, and if he does, let's hope it's as good as we saw a couple of days ago on this ground. 2 beautiful shots. Well, he couldn't hit that one. He might get 4. It's going down towards the boundary. It's been chased by Benno. 2 fieldsmen trying to converge on it. Benno and Walters. It's close. Walters might just get it. Yes, he's got the ball, and they've taken 3. O'Keefe to Peter Pollock. And, yes, through the field. 4 runs, I'd say. Massey and Watson after it, with the ball just reaching the fence. Yes, 4 more to Pollock. 7 for 413. Jenner to Sabers. And that should be 4. It's going wide of O'Keefe. Beautifully hit off the back foot. Into the fence it goes now. 4 more. Sabers 191. Pollock 37. Sabers 193. And more runs, probably 4 more. O'Keefe may get this. It's going to pull up in the outfield. It's slowing right down, and they're just walking back for the second. Will they go for 3? Yes, they will. And Sabers moves on to 196. Sabers 196. Pollock 39. A very defensive field. Jenner to Sabers. And through the field, that's it. 4 runs. Sabers 202. A performance surely which must rank way up high on a list of great innings on this ground. 202. 24 fours, 2 sixes, only 329 minutes. That last shot Absolutely effortless, no effort at all. And there's some more. 4 more again. Mid-wicket boundary, or square leg boundary. Sabres 206, Pollock 48, and that's the 450 out. 7 for 451.
Down to fine leg. Beating him into the fence. It's Massey, the fieldsman. Sobers looking for that single to give his teammate his 50. There it is. 50 runs and well played. Well played by Peter Pollock, and getting a very warm round of applause from this excellent crowd. And Peter Pollock's 50 came up in 190 minutes, included 2 fours and 1 5. 7 for 482. Peter Pollock 50, Sobers 235. Magnificent shot, and Sobers does not move from the crease. Classical cover drive, and the ball literally flowed from the bat and sped across the carpet to the fence. An edge. It's going to the fence for 4. The Australian skipper Ian Chappell picking the ball up, and that brings up the 500. 7 for 500. The 500 coming up in 635 minutes, and Sobers now 249. Peter Pollock 54. 249. Sobers, who has never scored a century on this ground prior to this innings. Magnificent shot, and that's 4 runs. And there's his 250. Gary Sobers, 253 not out. His 250 coming up in 372 minutes with 33 fours and 2 sixes. One run.
But the majesty of his innings is beyond my command of English.
This is Greg Chappell bowling to Sobers. Walters the fieldsman, and Sobers certainly didn't intend that particular shot to go along the ground to mid-on. I think he tried to hit that right out of the Melbourne cricket ground. He could be out. Doug Walters caught it mid-on. And Gary Sobers leaves the ground. The crowd is standing to applaud Gary Sobers as he leaves the ground. Caught Walters, bowled Greg Chappell, 254. I'll say no more, just listen to that crowd.
Jenner again.
That was a pretty hot catch and bowl chance back to Jenner on that occasion. Jenner, bowling from the southern stand, has been brought back into the attack to replace O'Keefe, and Pollock put a lot of wood into that shot. He drove it back very, very firmly, and that was the hottest of possible chances back to the bowler Jenner. That would obviously sting. In the air, O'Keefe getting under it, and he's out. Caught at mid-off from the bowling of Jenner by Kerry O'Keefe. Peter Pollock departs the scene, 54 runs to his credit. And the World 11 lose their 9th wicket for 505. Here's the action replay, Colin McDonald.
You'll see him caught at mid-off by Kerry O'Keefe. 9 for 505, and a remarkably fine innings by Peter Pollock.
This is Benno coming from cover to field. Hard and high, Massey's getting under it, he's out, the innings is over. Beattie, the batsman, out, caught by Massey, deep at mid-on for 3. Gifford remaining not out 3. And the score, 514, giving the World 11 a lead at this stage of 413.
And first runs, probably 2 here. Beattie's at third man. He was very square coming round to his left-hand side, and they come back for the second. Stackpole 2, Watson yet to score. Australia none for 2. Where's that going? Out towards the boundary. Great shot from Stackpole. Now, that wasn't a ball that was very far under-pitched. He got right inside and hit it. Beautiful. 4 runs. Stackpole 13, Watson 1. And down to fine leg. It's a single. And 4. It travelled so quickly. Masood only had, what, 5 or 6 yards to run? No more than that. It looked as if he'd easily cut it off, but the ball was travelling so quickly into the fence for 4. Caught, dropped by Sobers. Dropped by Sobers. Here's Greg to bowl to Stackpole. And he's out. Brilliant catch. Great catch by Engineer. Magnificent catch, that one. Stackpole caught Engineer, bowled Greg for 24. Watson not out 10. 1 extra. 1 for 35. Greg has 1 for 15. The new batsman is Ian Chappell.
Full toss, and he's been struck with that full toss. He's been struck in the face, and this is the second time that Watson has been hit in this match. I'd be very surprised if Watson continues after being struck in that fashion. That was a most severe blow that he took full in the face, and you can see the blood that's dripping down the front of his shirt. Once again, that's 4. Straight into that full toss, past mid-on for 4. Once again, he's made a full toss. There's runs here. Graham, Pollock and Cunis are chasing it. Cunis is the man who'll get to it first. The batsmen have taken 2. And they'll be content with 2 runs.
And they go for a single. Yes, 1 more. Taylor Fielding takes the total to 98. Australia 1 for 98. Ian Chappell 35. Benno 14. Stackpole was out for 24. Watson retired hurt for 21. Watson sustaining a fractured nose, so we can almost assume that to be 2 for 98. And And straight through the hands of the fieldsman into the fence for 4. And that's the first Benno straight drive we've seen, and what a shot it was. It just simply tore through Intercab's fingers into the fence for 4 for Benno to go to 18, Chappell 35, and that's the 100 up for Australia. 102. Australia still wanting 312 to win. And here's Beatty coming on the field at the end of the over. 100 coming up in 120 minutes. 5 runs off Intercab's over. 3 overs, no maiden, none for 15. And a good shot from Chappell. He, in 2 minds, he went forward, then back, and on the second attempt, he's got at least 2, possibly 3. Benno's looking for the third. Here's the return from Cunis. And 3 more to Chappell. He goes up to 38. Benno 18. 1 for 105.
Yeah, it's not a sure shot, that. The cut on this wicket where the ball's keeping just a little bit low.
Beatty to Benno. And through the field. Oh, great shot from Benno. He hit that really hard. Now, it didn't look as hard as that when it got to the field, but once it travelled past the cover field, it was so well timed, and he didn't give himself a great deal of room to go back onto his stumps to hit that, but Benno is a player with a lot of power, and he showed it that time. Benno 22, Chappell 38, 1 for 109. Oh, he played that magnificent innings of 254, surely one of the finest ever seen on this ground. Intercab, and they take a single, run-out chance possibly on. He's out, yes. Great return from Intercab. He went through for the single, a flick return right over the stumps. Chappell not very happy about that, and he's been run out for 41. Benno not out 27. A bad blow for Australia, a great blow for the World 11. 2 for 117, virtually 3 for 117. Light quite good now, the position of light in the hands of the umpires. They conferred and referred to the Australian captain when he was on the field here in Chappell. He said bat on. And he beats the field. He does, yes. 4 runs. Completely exposed his stumps, but timed the shot so well it was only just wide of Arbus. And Chappell hitting into Gifford's leg, and he could be out caught. Is he out? He's out. That's off Gifford's leg. Now, Gifford stopped that on the ankle. And he's down. It's an unusual dismissal. He hit that very firmly onto the leg of Gifford. Gifford is down. Sobers took the catch. So Greg Chappell caught Sobers, bowled Beatty for 12. Benno not out 31. 3 for 133. Walters is the new batsman. Greg again, bowling to Walters. And that's over the head of the mid-wicket. 4 runs. Beautiful shot from Walters. You could hear the loud crack of ball against the bat in this relatively empty ground. And that's 150 up for Australia in 187 minutes. That's good scoring. Walters 8, Benno 39, 3 for 151. To Walters, or rather to Benno. And chopped down, well played that one. Between the 2 slips is going down towards the boundary. I think it was an intentional shot, certainly. They've taken 2, and 2's all. 2 subs on the field, Masood and Cunis. And he's caught. Yes, he's caught. That was a wrong one from Intercab. Benno played it straight to Sobers at leg slip, and Benno is out. Caught Sobers. Bowled Intercab 42, Walters not out 11, Australia 4 for 157, and they're now in real trouble. Marsh is the next man in, and that was the last ball of the over. 12 overs, 2 maidens, 1 for 29 for Intercab. And that's the one again. He's caught by Sobers, the same ball that dismissed Benno. So O'Keefe caught Sobers, bowled Intercab for 1, Walters not out 12, Australia 6 for 163. Intercab has 2 for 29, the new batsman Jenner. Down the ground, that could be 4 runs. It's Arbus after it. He may get to it. It's going to be close, and the sideboard may be in the road. And Arbus, hands on hips in an aggressive attitude. He probably thought he could get that one with no sideboard there, but the sideboard is part of the ground fixtures, and if it goes under the sideboard, 4 runs. That's the wrong one, and well picked by Walters. He was right onto that one. 4 runs. Walters again. And 4 more, I'd say. And there's a wrong, and it's over the head of Gavaskar, and Gavaskar almost got a hand to it. It was a full toss, and Walters has hit it way over mid-wicket for 4.
He skied it in the air. Gavaskar's getting under it, and he's caught. So Jenner, sweeping, has been dismissed, caught at backward square leg by Gavaskar from the bowling of Beatty, and he's been dismissed for 12, and Australia lose their 7th wicket for 201. 7 for 201. Walters is 38 not out. Intercarb to Walters. 4 runs. Over the fence on the first bounce. Runs to Massey, straight down the ground. Greg is chasing it. The batsmen have taken 2. The ball getting close to the fence, and Greg does not pick it up. 4 runs. And so Massey opens his account with a boundary. He's 4. Walters 49, 7 for 216. That's another 4 runs. Hit with tremendous power. Massey 8. 7 for 220. There's his 50. 4 runs. Found the gap. 4 runs. There's his 100. That's his 100 in the session. 4 runs. Magnificent performance by Doug Walters. 103, giving him 101 runs in the session. 7 for 283. Massey on 14, and Walters' 100 came up in 132 minutes and included 14 fours.
Through the covers, great shot. Beautiful shot. Walters 16-4. He put on a Gary Sabers that time, who didn't even move. We saw Sabers do that so often in his great innings of 254. Well, Doug Walters, emulating the great West Indian, has hit that one. No possible hope of the fieldsman getting to it, and he just stood there. 4 more to Walters. He's 118. Massey 17. The 300 up. 7 for 301. That's the 100 partnership also. The 100 partnership in 123 minutes. The 300 up in 307 minutes, which is excellent scoring. Well, there's a remarkable stand between Walters and Massey. Massey scored only 17 of those runs.
He's not afraid to advance to Beatty because Beatty isn't spinning very much.
Where's that going? He could be caught. Yes, he's caught by Cunis. And that's the end of a great innings by Walters. And that's probably the end of the match. So only 1 wicket to fall. Walters, a magnificent effort. Out caught Cunis, the substitute. Bowled Beatty for 127. Massey is not out 20. Australia 8 for 313. Ready to come in. Watson will not bat, so 1 wicket to fall. And it's in the air, it's safe. Ackerman chasing, they've got 1 coming back for a second, they'll make 2. Intercarb to Massey. Last ball of the over coming up. And it's all over. Massey caught and bowled by Intercab for 23. Lilly not out one. Australia made 317. Watson will not bat. Retired hurt, not taking any further part in the game. So 9 for 317. That's the end of the Australian innings. So the World 11 has won by 96. Now here's the action replay. Frank Tyson.
It's a wrong one, obviously, and you see how Massey, attempting to straight drive, slices across the spin, and Intercab takes a comfortable catch. Well, not comfortable, he almost missed it, but it should have been an easy catch. And that ends a pretty good spinning performance on the part of Intercab and Beatty.
So the World 11 has evened the series, winning this match by 96 runs. The World 11 184 and 514. Australia 285 and 317.
This has been a Fox Sports presentation.